It's Wednesday night, and you know what that means. It's AEW Dynamite from Daly's Place. The night for amazing action in a match that we thought we would never see. Blood and Guts is tonight. I'm Jim Ross, alongside Tony Schiavone, Excalibur. We thank you for inviting us into your home, folks. You picked a hell of a night to watch some pro wrestling. And coming up tonight, as we said, the Inner Circle will take on the Pinnacle. There's a ring. Will be two rings surrounded by steel with a top on it.
Cody Rhodes, QT Marshall, one-on-one, finally tonight. You'll see it here tonight.
And the top four tag teams in AEW vie for a shot at the Young Bucks next week.
Number one contender in the women's division, Britt Baker, will be in action tonight.
But coming up next, kicking things off with a grudge match, the AEW World Champion Kenny Omega and Michael Nakazawa take on Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston right now.
That's one hell of a way to kick it off, I can promise you, folks.
Your opening contest is a tag team bout set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Being accompanied to the ring by Don Callis. At a combined weight of 427 pounds, the team of MT Nakazawa and the AEW World Champion, Kenny.
All right, Justin, it's all right. Let's do a proper ring introduction. In the history of Japanese professional wrestling, we have legends like Inoki, Baba, Okada, Ibushi, Nakazawa. The world champion Kenny Omega was unable to attend this event tonight.
That's not true.
But we don't like to disappoint the fans.
He's lying.
So no worries. Nakazawa will wrestle this tag team match by himself. You got this. You got this. You're fine.
JR looks petrified, but the fact is, like we have seen Kenny Omega here tonight.
Callis is a blatant liar. His lips are moving. He's lying.
These opponents, at a combined weight of 473 pounds, the team of Eddie Kingston and Jon Moxley.
Well, it seems like the silver-tongued serpent Don Callis is just throwing Michael Nakazawa to the wolves.
Nakazawa needs to be wearing darks. That's not the case.
Well, look, you're right. Silver-tongued serpent Don Callis is a lying machine, but it looks like Michael Nakazawa is going to...
Wait! There's Omega.
Omega with the AEW World Championship just blindsided Kingston and Moxley.
Using that championship as a weapon, Kenny Omega getting an early advantage. Well, we knew that Callis was lying.
Sure, when he's opening his mouth, he's lying.
And Callis was, Kenny Omega and Michael Nakazawa were forced into this match after Kingston and Moxley were threatening to injure Kenny Omega last week, and now Omega and Nakazawa teaming up to take on Eddie Kingston and Jon Moxley in the opening contest in Blood and Guts.
Omega, the reigning Impact champion.
That's right, he is the reigning AAA Mega Champion and, of course, the AEW World Champion. Kenny Omega, the self-styled belt collector.
Yeah, well, you got to give, as the old cliche goes, guys, the devil is due, because he right now is in the best shape of his career, looking better than ever, and the matches have proved it.
Is this a Texas Tornado tag?
No, it's not. This is just a straight-up tag team match. Referee Paul Turner struggling to regain control. Eddie Kingston being brought up, and Jon Moxley even in the odds here.
Moxley got big-time scores to settle with Omega, certainly, and to a lesser extent, Nakazawa.
Watch out.
Omega, that another blindsided shot. What an opportunist our AEW World Champion is. Well, look at that. Great counter by Jon Moxley.
Nice side slam by Moxley. A little old school there, reminiscent of the late, great Big Boss Man.
How about that? Great
tope suicida there by Moxley, crashing into Nakazawa and Omega on the outside.
They are throwing caution to the wind here, guys. They are taking everything they can to take out Kenny Omega. Nakazawa went over to try to help out his, I was going to call him his friend, maybe it's his boss, I don't know. Oh!
And remember, it was Kenny Omega and the Good Brothers that fractured the leg of Eddie Kingston a few months ago. So Kingston, I'm sure, delighting in getting some measure of revenge here. As is Moxley.
Big right hand straight to the face of the AEW World Champion. Man, what a night. You can feel I know it's cliche as hell, but you can feel the electricity in the air here.
Yeah,
it's been a huge crowd. Excalibur said it was the biggest crowd we've had here since
New Year's Day 2020.
The biggest one since the pandemic, really.
Yeah, and everybody turning out. Support AEW here tonight, and especially for that big blood and guts match in our main event. Speaking of which, shopaew.com. You can visit, get the AEW collection, and get your official Blood and Guts t-shirt here tonight on sale right now. Shopaew.com. Eddie Kingston shoots the half, covers.
Tell you what, Moxley and Kingston looking great as a team here, and they got the big win during St. Patrick's Day Slam against the Good Brothers.
Oh, low blow.
A deep low blow. Literally the deep dive.
And it was behind the back of referee Paul Turner. I don't think John Moxley saw it either. And now look at this Nakazawa just choking Eddie Kingston.
Resorting to tactics like that, the low blow and the chokehold, and look, using his lanyard to choke him.
This is just wrong. Take the damn lanyard away from him.
Nakazawa tagging out to Kenny Omega.
It's as if Excalibur that the referee is intimidated by Kenny Omega, and maybe rightfully so.
It's entirely possible. Kenny Omega is just, I mean, he's got this worldwide presence now. I mean, now he's a Triple Crown champion, not the Triple Crown champion, but a Triple Crown champion.
Right. And he and Nakazawa, I was talking about Kingston and wow, look at this, and Moxley, but he and Nakazawa make a great team. It was about a year ago. They went up against the Best Friends, defeated the Best Friends in a match that was at the Nightmare Factory, you'll recall, when the pandemic, about a year ago during the pandemic. So we've got two fine teams here going at it. And, of course, Kenny Omega, thanks to Don Callis, thanks to his antics, using the low road many, many times. Kenny doesn't need to resort to stuff like this, guys.
And Nakazawa, the shot right between the kidneys on Kenny Omega, and Omega now coming over the top. Kotaro Crusher. Omega covers, hook of the far leg. Kingston able to kick out.
Omega's so technically pure. He can execute so many things in a variety of positions, which makes him extremely lethal, which makes him an amazing AEW World Champion.
Omega looking for the snap suplex, maybe even a brainbuster, but you can see Eddie Kingston widening his base. He's getting low.
Widening his base and also just crouching down, using the power in his quads that time to prevent it.
Eddie, about a 20-year veteran. Been there, done that, seen it all. Got the postcard and the T-shirt.
Omega just teeing off on the chest. Oh, Kingston!
Come get you some, Eddie.
Eddie Kingston allowing the AEW World Champion to tee off on him, and Kingston eating those shots for lunch.
And retaliating with a receipt. It ain't this bowling shoe ugly offense, but it's damn sure effective. Somebody's got to blink.
The MZ Gary, though, dropped Kingston very unsteadily. Kingston falling to the mat, and Omega retaining control.
Great communication between Kingston and Moxley here. Moxley trying to encourage him on. Look at Moxley go to the other side.
Kenny Omega. And Kingston can't escape. Kingston can't escape. He rolls in. And Eddie Kingston with a chance here.
A lot of reserve in Eddie Kingston. Watch out.
Kingston. It's a big falling clothesline.
Kingston near his corner needs to make a tag if he can. Or so inclined. He does. Now it's Moxley and Nakazawa, the legal men.
I don't like Nakazawa's chances in that matchup.
If this stays the two legal men, you don't need to go make a sandwich right now.
John Moxley building up ahead of steam, coming in, big clothesline in the corner, boots.
Wrong place to be, Excalibur, wrong place.
He is stomping a mud hole in Nakazawa right now.
And thinking about walking it dry.
And using the hair of the champion to bring him down to the mat.
I'm sure he remembers the microphone, and he remembers Don Callis each and every time. Look,
Nakazawa.
Now he's pissed.
oh boy.
I'll get you now, why you...
Nakazawa wants to go toe-to-toe with Jon Moxley, but Moxley folded him in half with a German suplex.
Holding like an accordion, Excalibur. That's what he did.
Pile driver.
And the pile driver just stuck him on the top of his head.
Turn on the showers.
2, no!
Wow. That was the only thing that saved him right there.
Kenny Omega sent to the outside. Moxley and Kingston back on the inside with Nakazawa. Oh, what is Omega retreating?
He's retreating. He's got the former world champion in the ring. Eddie Kingston running interference. One day, guys, I feel Jon Moxley's going to be the world champion once again. But right now in this tag match, look at him. They're going to hurt. They're going to hurt Nakazawa.
And I feel like Moxley could have ended this anytime he wanted to. They want Omega in the match. Omega just leaving his so-called friend, Michael Nakazawa.
He's not a friend. Omega's a user. He's egocentric. He's a narcissist. He's an egomaniac. He's a hell of a talented egomaniac. But he's no more friend to Nakazawa than Tony is.
Oh, he walked out on him. He left. He left.
And Eddie Kingston's got the half and halves cinched in. The closer. Nakazawa just got planted.
The Arnold Palmer of wrestling finishes. Half and half.
This match, the team of Eddie Kingston and Jon Moxley.
That was an incredible, explosive way to kick off this historic edition of AEW. Oh, look at this. The World Tag Team Champions, the Young Bucks.
What are they dressed in? That's somebody's curtain. That's somebody's shower curtain. Good God.
Oh, and from behind, the Good Brothers.
Oh, what the hell.
Gallows and Anderson.
I thought we were past those guys.
A planned attack. A planned attack by the Elite.
It's always 2-on-1 or 3-on-2 or 4-on-2 like it is now.
A straight-up gang assault. Eddie Kingston and Jon Moxley stood their ground. They went toe-to-toe.
Oh, Magic Killer coming up.
Oh, the Magic Killer from the Good Brothers.
Man, you saw that coming.
You know, these men are motivated to put Moxley out and Eddie Kingston if possible.
Well, like we said, Kingston and Moxley making a great team, and so the World Tag Team Champions, with the help of the other members of the Elite coming out and taking the measure of Moxley and Kingston.
And Matt Jackson with a super kick. And Kingston just diving.
Eddie trying to protect Moxley from another clean shot. Man, the attitude change on the Young Bucks is nothing short of incredible.
It's horrific is what it is.
That's good call, both of you. Look at this.
Another super kick, this time from Nick Jackson. And
here comes your world champion. And
the personal cameraman, Brandon Cutler.
Give me a break. Personal cameraman.
Well, he's the...
my ass.
He's the young boy. He's the stooge.
This is just pathetic.
It is, absolutely. Come on, guys. These guys have had enough. And the Young Bucks are not stopping.
They're holding Kingston up as Omega just his unhinged rantings into the camera.
Yeah, Omega's out of balance, unbalanced, imbalanced, whatever the hell you want to say.
Kingston up on the shoulders.
Well, we know what's coming.
The one-winged angel.
And it's damn sure impressive. It beats everybody loses to the one-winged angel.
And look at the mocking count.
So Callis is sitting here now. He's saying, we're sending a message.
Yeah,
we're sending a message, Tony.
No, you're being what you truly are. You're showing your true colors. That's all the Elite's ever been.
Being the scum of the earth. Matt Jackson and Kenny Omega, Nick Jackson. I hope they're happy. This is disgusting.
Yeah,
somebody's got an ass kicking coming.
Well, we've got a huge announcement for Double or Nothing coming up on pay-per-view. Sunday, May 30th, Hikaru Shida, the AEW Women's World Champion, will defend the title against the top contender, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD.
And speaking of Double or Nothing, I've got a big announcement regarding the AEW World Championship tonight. Who Kenny Omega's opponent will be at Double or Nothing. But coming up later on tonight, 2 rings, double cage, No escape. The inner circle, the pentacle. It's blood and guts.
And coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, Cody Rhodes will try to schedule a score with his former business partner and friend, QT Marshall. With the factory, of course. Rhodes, Marshall, one-on-one, next.
Present.
This next bout is set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Approaching the ring from Freehold, New Jersey, weighing 234 pounds, QT Marshall.
I want to say something here if I could. I've traveled with QT Marshall. I've known him. I respect how his road to the top here at AEW. But I just hope Cody kicks his ass tonight because I'm tired of it.
Well, we saw Cody get the first few shots in on QT Marshall, his former friend and business partner, last week.
Well, this thing has gotten very personal, as we can well documented. I think QT's getting a little bit too big for his britches. To me, he's still paying his dues, and I don't give a damn if he worked the Indies for 50 years. He just got here in AEW just like the rest of us.
Well said, JR.
His opponent, being accompanied by the enforcer, Arn Anderson, from Atlanta, Georgia, weighing 227 pounds, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes.
Talking about animosity, it's all bent up between these two. Watch out!
Here we go. Ain't no feeling out. There's no feeling anything. The hard feelings. And QT's got to out-wrestle Cody if he's got any chance in hell, or just cheat to win.
Yeah, QT's got to hope that Cody's temper gets the better of him.
Yeah.
And he makes some unforced errors here tonight.
With this standing vertical, let that blood rush to the brain.
And the flip side of that, Excalibur, is that Cody's got to maintain some semblance of control here. Take a breath.
Uh-oh.
Look. But
somebody's going to the woodshed with a belt. I can relate.
The weight belt being taken away by referee Bryce Remsburg, but QT Marshall.
Oh my God, he's got his own belt.
He's got his own belt.
He lashed Cody like an animal. That leather cutting the skin, just lashing Cody like he was no more than a mangy doll.
The rivalry between these two former friends and business partners just so intense.
I want to remind fans we're going to be back here at Daly's Place in Jacksonville next Wednesday, May 12th, 8 o'clock. Be a part of the action live. Tickets on sale this Friday at 10 a.m. at AEWTIX.com. And we got a big match already signed for that night.
You got to come here to win the IWGP U.S. title.
Oh, roll up here.
Nice near fall. Boy, he's a great veteran. Folks, if you haven't seen him in action, I saw him many times in New Japan.
I saw him in way back when in the 90s,
Yeah, that was
back in the WCW era. So he'll be here against Jon Moxley next week.
Championship matchup.
And also the Young Bucks will be defending the AEW World Tag Team Championship against the winners of the four-way match still to come here tonight. But right now, the focus on the ring, this rivalry between Cody Rhodes.
Cody going right to the eyes. And now the dreaded back rake.
And coming in, just a running elbow strike, dropping QT Marshall with a misdirect.
That's where Cody has to maybe rethink this. I see. If you see Bryce Remsburg saying, come on, get back in the ring.
I agree with that.
Yeah, Cody's like letting his temper get the best of him. There you go.
Double underhook from the top.
The better of the two wrestlers stopped wrestling and went up to the top rope.
And QT with the deadlift German suplex. God. Great power from QT Marshall.
Amazing power. Deadlift, like you said, at Caliber pickup.
Coach Arn Anderson getting a word in there with Cody. I'll tell you what, QT's making a very admirable accounting of himself.
Oh, he's looking great, as a matter of fact.
This will be his this is not only the biggest match of his career in this environment here on TNT. It's a matchup that he must win to keep taking those steps up.
QT Marshall just...
Maybe Cody's been a little taken aback here, a little surprised.
Yeah, he's been taken to the woodshed, so to speak.
And now the head coach of the Nightmare Family, QT laying hands on Arn Anderson.
Arn is getting to the blood and guts spirit a little bit early here. And why shouldn't he be? He was in the first one. And look at this.
Just grinding the head of QT Marshall into the ring post.
That's
Has to be restrained.
Cauliflower that left ear.
Well, this action will continue in picture-in-picture. Cody Rhodes versus QT Marshall. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to AEW Dynamite, everyone, where QT Marshall is trying to secure the biggest victory of his AEW career, but Cody Rhodes will not go down easily. Cody returning fire. QT Marshall swinging a miss there. Cody comes back. Oh, crossbody attempt.
A little mid-air collision.
You know, you mentioned Dusty Rhodes earlier. His father, the American Dream, invented the blood and guts match. So Cody is in rare form tonight. He is ready to fight. And right now, he's got, as you said, JR, take it to the finish line here.
Yeah. I mentioned this during our picture-in-picture that today is Cowboy Bill Watts' 82nd birthday.
Yeah.
And Cody and I were reminiscing about those antics between the Dream and the Cowboy.
And remember, 29 years ago this month, Cody's brother Dustin Rhodes participated in one of the blood and guts matches just across the parking lot in the Memorial Arena here in Jacksonville.
I think your two partners were there. We were there for the first one for sure, right, Tony?
87.
High boot from QT Marshall drops Cody Rhodes.
You can tell QT takes a little bit of a lot of other stars' game, and he adds it to his to make it his own, which I fully endorse.
Well, reminiscing of 29 years ago, Sting and Arn Anderson were part of that right across the parking lot here, too. And look at this, Cody.
Going over the top, looking for the sunset flip. QT. Oh, getting a little... Well, moons over Jacksonville, but DDT!
He needs to go to the hospital. His ass is cracked.
Well, his head might be cracked after that DDT as well.
That was right on target.
See, that was just wasted motion by QT Marshall. The tight thing. Get away from that crap.
Well,
he tries to draw attention to himself at every corner of the ring.
It may have been inadvertent. I think Cody was digging deep. He was looking for that sunset flip. But either way, Cody back in the driver's seat here. Now headed up to the top. Cody. The moonsault hooks the far leg, only a 2 count.
Never will forget Cody coming off the top of the cage. Phillips Arena in Atlanta. Live right here on Dynamite. Propelled him into that title match. Or propelled him into the match against, if you'll recall, MJF. And I'll be talking still to come to Miro.
Oh, the disaster kick avoided by QT Marshall. The drop step behind. Ooh, back elbow by Cody Rhodes. Cody comes off.
Caught him. He caught him on Crossroads.
Oh, my God.
Oh, how will this be? How will this be? How will this go down as a near fall? A 2.5 count. A bold near fall.
Wow.
And that means that QT came about a second away from beating Cody with Cody's own finish.
Was a hell of a shot, man. Was a hell of a shot by QT.
You got to go for it.
Absolutely. Great counter move by QT Marshall.
QT knows what it means, Excalibur. Attitudinally.
Diamond cutter.
And it looks... And JR, to your point earlier, looks like QT trying to take this over the finish line. He's looking for the diamond cutter. Cody, great counter there with the backslide. QT hoists him up. Almost
Look
lost
at this. Look at this. Look at the power of QT. Oh, my God.
Buckle bomb there on Cody.
And now looking for a tombstone pile driver. But Cody.
Look at the power here. Look at the power of young Cody Rhodes.
The momentum goes the other way.
QT out horses Rhodes. Wait a minute.
My God.
Tremendous core strength by both men, but a tombstone pile driver. Cody covers 2. No.
Are you kidding me?
Wow.
That's what happens sometimes. You don't hook the legs. the Tombstone Piledriver should have been enough, Tony.
Yeah, it should have been enough, but it took so much out of both men.
Yeah, Cody just collapsed into the cover.
Right.
It was very nearly enough, but QT Marshall, still some fight left in him.
Both men may be wondering right now. You get here in the deep water.
Uh-oh.
Here we go.
Crossroads.
That's it. Count him out.
2. No!
Man, hats off to QT Marshall.
Wow.
For guts.
Man. Perseverance. And Cody looking at him, trying to figure out what he's going to do next. Or, wait a minute, what's he...
Cody's eyes locked with QT
Is he
Marshall.
going to help him out? He's going to help his longtime friend up. Oh, for God's sake.
And now Cody
Look
stepped
out here.
through.
Figure 4.
The figure 4 locked in.
The figure 4, if you will. Cody's bleeding.
But QT Marshall's got nowhere to go.
During the exhibition, he said he wouldn't break his leg in the figure 4. He might break it now.
QT is tapping like a drunk man. There's your winner.
American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes.
Wow, man, some battle scars to boot.
Well,
What?
we knew it was going to be heated. We knew it was going to be a grudge match.
What a battle.
Cody picking up the victory here over his former friend, his former business partner, QT Marshall.
Hell of a match. We're going to say that.
Yeah, it was, man.
Hell of a wrestling match.
Uh-oh. Oh, here comes another member of the Factory. International star Anthony Ogogo.
Olympic bronze medalist.
Boxing.
In boxing, yeah.
Oh! After he just had that match, what a cheap shot.
What a toxic right hand.
The bolo shot just dropped Cody Rhodes.
To a fatigued athlete.
Then the Union Jack to cover him up.
Uh-oh. I've seen this before.
Oh, man.
I saw somebody get buried in the flag. It wasn't their country many years ago.
Yeah.
It didn't work out well for the accuser.
Wow, what a show we've had already, huh, guys?
Yes.
And it only is getting bigger from here. Last week, to close out Dynamite, we saw Darby Allin defeat Preston Vance, number 10 of the Dark Order, in a huge TNT Championship match. But after the match, All Ego Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky, like a couple of jackals, a blindsided attack. And then Ethan Page with the boot on the throat of Darby Allin, but right here, the heel hook from Scorpio Sky, injuring Sting, taking him out of action. And right now, our colleague Alex Marvez standing by with Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky.
I'm here with All Ego Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky.
Riddle me this, riddle me that. Who's afraid of the big black bat? Alex, Sting is nothing more than a mosquito feeding, sucking on the blood of this company. And you know what we do with mosquitoes. You kill them. So listen, Steve, you've overstayed your welcome. Showtime's over. I'm the franchise now, bitch.
Oh, Darby Allin, you and I have a very storied history. But nobody wants to listen to me talk about a bunch of matches no one ever saw. So why don't I skip our in-ring history and talk about your medical history? Yeah, that face paint, that's not war paint. That's not for intimidation, no. You're covering up a dent I permanently placed in your forehead. And that metal in your elbow, yeah, scratch that one up to All Ego Ethan Page. I don't know why everyone looks at Darby Allin like some kind of unsolvable riddle. Ethan Page has the...
Oh, there's Darby.
They're way up in the red. They're in the top level here of this.
Darby Allin just charging headlong into Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page.
That's so dangerous up there.
Darby came to get him some against these two men that assaulted Darby and Sting last week.
And look at Darby climbing up to the lighting
Velvet
ring.
rock. Right up, he's surrounded by concrete and
Watch out.
steel.
Oh! trash can on that upper concourse into the head of Darby Allin. He didn't even see it coming.
He was running wide out to that trash can.
Look at this double team.
And
Pack of dogs here.
Scorpio Sky holding Darby Allin's hands behind his face and grinding Darby's face into those spiked Louis Vuittons.
All right, guys, you've made your point.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you take Sting out with a heel lock, and then you got him all to yourself.
And,
Wait, no.
The concrete steps Darby Allin.
We need medical assistance. We need some security. We need to get these guys out of here.
This show has gone off the rails, completely out of control. And
Man, he may have broken arm, forearm.
Yeah, he is clutching multiple places on that right arm.
The TNT champion is in bad way.
There we see that the AEW medical staff had to make it all the way up there from ringside.
Yeah, look at him smiling. Bryce Reddick checking in.
Well, we're going to stick with this in picture-in-picture. We will keep an eye on Darby Allin. Don't go anywhere as our staff checks out Darby.
Well, during the break, finally, Darby Allin was taken out by the medical staff, and we go back to the ring.
This contest is set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Dr. Britt Baker, D.N.D.
If we get an update on Darby's condition, we will obviously bring it to you post-haste. So we're like you guys right now. We're waiting on information.
Here's the #1 contender to the women's world title, who will go for that title at Double or Nothing against Hikaru Shida. And Excalibur, it's a champion she knows very, very well.
Absolutely. Hikaru Shida and Dr. Britt Baker, a lot of history there. And we announced earlier this evening, Dr. Britt Baker will, of course, get her shot at the AEW Women's World Championship.
I think it'll be a great matchup. Styles make great matches. Their styles are both combative, physical. Should be great.
From Bloomington, Minnesota, Julia Hart.
And our first look at Julia Hart here on AEW Dynamite. A woman will have her work cut out for her tonight.
And in case you're wondering, she isn't from Calgary.
Yeah,
many hearts are.
Many hearts are. Britt Baker, look at that. Britt, just arrogance, just shaking her head, rolling her eyes at her opponent. It's all part of intimidation is what it is.
Her arrogance has morphed into confidence and more confidence each and every week.
Yeah.
She knows she's good. You know, the match she had with Thunder Rosa is still being talked about.
Sure it is.
Yeah, that incredible lights out match, the main event of Dynamite a few months ago. Right now, Dr. Britt Baker sending Julia Hart into the ropes. Nope, Julia reverses Britt. Step ahead, comes around the corner with the sling blade.
And down goes Julia.
Double or Nothing. It'll be Britt Baker, Hikaru Shida. Shida in the World Championship. Remember, Shida broke Britt Baker's nose about a year ago in a match. So there's more than enough reason for Britt Baker to get in that match coming up at Double or Nothing on May 30th.
Could we be so bold to say that Reba has a nagging leg problem? Because I think that crutch is growing out of her arm.
I agree. Look at this.
Britt has got Julia Hart hooked. The air raid crash, center of the ring.
That's enough to win the match. Oh my God.
Britt Baker pulling Julia Hart up, but now she's got the lockjaw locked in. And look at, she's just smiling.
Control, power, dominance, and the ambition to be the next AEW Women's Champion.
Cruel and calculating.
Dr. Britt Baker, D.N.D.
And on the 20th, or the 30th, that is, of May, Dr. Britt Baker gets her shot. She has risen all the way to the, there you see, #1 contender. But right now, we've got this episode of Technique by Taz. He's talking about Christian Cage.
Let's break down Christian's frog splash and his finishing maneuver, the kill switch. Against Kazarian, Christian gets decent height, but if we freeze right here, as he comes off the top turnbuckle, there's a lack of explosion through his quads, which prevents a bigger impact. Onto the kill switch. Against Kazarian, Christian went for the kill switch several times. He failed on 2 of 3 attempts because of inconsistent footwork, but was eventually able to hit a perfectly applied kill switch for the victory. Then, in the match against my man, Powerhouse Hobbs. Look at how Hobbs just overpowers Christian, his attempt of his finishing move, and flings him off like a pesky mosquito. Listen, Christian has always been excellent. There's no doubt. And I'm getting the feeling the honeymoon, well, unfortunately, it's coming to an end regarding his big return after 7 years. Lastly, he's got a long way to go to catch up to Team Taz after the FTW champ just beat the #1 ranked wrestler in AEW.
Sounds to me like Recruiter scored.
Yes, sir.
It's a four-way tag team match set for one fall.
Good point,
with a 20-minute time limit. In the ring, the Varsity Blondes.
Yeah, listen, Taz knows what he's talking about, and no one is denying that.
And their opponents first. Jungle Boy, Luchasaurus, Jurassic Express.
Big-time ramifications for this 4-way tag team matchup. The winners will go on to next week to face the Young Bucks for the AEW World Tag Team Championship.
The Young Bucks, please. I don't know what else we can say about our World Tag Team Champions. And I know you speak from being very, very disappointed, Excalibur.
Well, I mean, I've seen them for so many years, and they would use this kind of mocking strategy to get under their opponent's skin, but it never really seemed to be sincere. But obviously they're showing their true moral character here that's been brought out by Don Callis.
Well, we know the stakes here.
The Fallen Angel, Christopher Daniels, Frankie Kazarian, SCU.
Yeah, JR, those stakes extremely high for SCU. They've been extremely high in their last 12 matches.
They got to win, which means they win the title, or they're done as a team by their own decree.
And they've carved a big path through the tag team division over the last 5 months. And right now, the number 1, 2, 3, and 4 ranked tag teams going at it here tonight.
Okay, listen. It's the Acclaimed 2 sexy kids about to make Daniels quit the wrestling biz. Varsity Blondes, you're a temporary thing. In 10 years, you'll be on dark side of the ring. Jungle, I slap you like you John Stossel. Luchasaurus, I'ma turn you to a fossil. Yo, Acclaimed is up. We gon' take the tag belts off those 2 young cucks. I said it. AEW! The Acclaimed have arrived!
That is the 5-tool player Anthony Bowens and Platinum Max Caster. The Acclaimed, the number 4 ranked tag team here in AEW.
Pretty cool that we have one tag match, 4 teams, and the 4 teams are all the top 4 ranked teams in AEW.
It's a great way to settle it. Who will be the next contenders, or who will get the next title shot, I should say. Something about Anthony Bowens. Since his return from knee surgery, we saw the graphic there, how they have really come back together. And sometimes it takes a little while to come back from knee surgery, but also to be able to function as a team, but they've done quite well.
Yeah, the Acclaimed picked up right where they left off. Of course, they have already challenged the Young Bucks once for the AEW World Tag Team Championship. And there you have a chance to prove that they've learned a lot from that opportunity, but they need to get through these 3 other teams here first tonight.
Jungle Boy, Frankie Kazarian, 2 of the highly skilled individuals here in the AEW.
Obviously, Kazarian with a tremendous experience advantage, but Jungle Boy's athleticism more than makes up for that.
There's something about a kid being a lifelong fan that does something to that experience advantage theory.
Oh, look at this. Roll up here. Kazarian.
I'm not being argumentative.
No, It's exactly right. And Jungle Boy has watched Frankie Kazarian for much of his career in Southern California, but Jungle Boy very nearly pulling one out right there. Kazarian, the Magistral. He's got Jungle Boy hooked deep. Jungle Boy counters.
Nice counter. Well, not enough can be said about how good Frankie Kazarian is.
Now he's proven, whether it's in tag team competition or in a singles competition.
And Jungle Boy's going to have to get out, who had a classic match against Darby Allin for the TNT title. One of the best matches. Kid's going to be a champion one day, but right now.
And Darby Allin, we understand, still being attended to by our medical team here.
Look out here.
And everything just breaking down.
Breaking down in Jacksonville. Sorry to say Tulsa.
It's breaking down regardless of where it is.
This four-way tag team match will continue throughout the break, but we'll have all the action in picture-in-picture, so don't go anywhere. We are back here on AEW Dynamite, everyone. 4 of the top teams here in AEW, all fighting for a shot at the Young Bucks in the AEW World Tag Team Championship next week here on Dynamite. Max Caster covers Christopher Daniels. The lateral press only gets the 2 count.
I love the fact that so many times in these main event level matches, there's always something at stake in AEW. Like you said, Excalibur, the winner of this tag match gets the Young Bucks next week in 7 days for the AEW tag titles.
These are the top 4 ranked tag teams here in AEW. SCU, number 1, the Acclaimed, number 4. But right now, the Acclaimed in the driver's seat. Back suplex, Bowens hooks the far legs of Daniels.
One of these teams could end the storied career of SCU, and SCU could possibly not even be in the ring the night when that happens. So there's all that on the line there as well. That's why it's Christopher Daniels, Kazarian's job to stay in the ring as long as they can.
Yeah, I mean, think about it, how much that would mean for one of these teams to end that storied run of Daniels and Kazarian ahead of the world title match next week. Irish whip into the corner. Caster swinging a miss. Daniels though firing back, gets the boot up. Back heel trip plants Bowens. Daniels gets, the blind tag in by Luchasaurus.
Yes, sir, man. Big guy coming in.
Why that? I guess it's every man for himself.
Yeah, every team for themselves.
It's still illegal.
But right now, Luchasaurus taking out both members of the Acclaimed.
One of these teams gets hot, it could be trouble for the Young Bucks.
One big super kick by Luchasaurus will end this damn thing.
Yeah.
But the Varsity Blondes, Pillman Jr. and Griff Garrison charging in. Luchasaurus plants Brian Pillman Jr. And Garrison sandwiched on top of him.
Stacked him up like cordwood.
Our blood and guts match is the next match. The next match, and the top 4 teams right now are going at it. A chance to come back next week and face the world champions, the Young Bucks.
The top 4 ranked teams in the world vying for a shot at the AEW World Tag Team Championship, but Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy, the Jurassic Express, are red hot right here.
This could end right now. This could be it.
Kazarian sent over the top, crashing down on Pillman and Garrison. Ooh. Those big kicks, JR.
Educated feet. The big man's got them.
Long legs. He knows how to use them, man.
Jungle Boy's tagged in. One of my favorites.
And Jurassic Express, they're going to steal this one. 1, 2, no! Daniels.
It's a veteran-like maneuver by the talented Christopher Daniels. Making that save was huge for his team.
But the low bridge there by Frankie Kazarian. Luchasaurus on the outside. Pillman comes in, the clothesline. Takes down Jungle Boy. He's got him hooked deep. It's going to be the Blondes. No!
Wow. Young Pillman was flying.
That would have been an upset, buddy.
Brian Pillman Jr. He's got Jungle Boy right where he wants him. Oh, but Jungle Boy floats over the top. Waist lock. Standing switch there by Pillman. Jungle Boy, big clothesline.
Great extension of the legs on that clothesline.
These are 2 really talented kids right here.
Man, you're right, JR.
And Jungle,
look at
the veteran.
Christopher Daniels taking advantage of Jungle Boy's inattention. And just a flatliner on the outside on Luchasaurus.
2 second generation families here, and Pillman trying to get to his feet. wearing his father's tights in his honor, and he may be pinned.
Frankie Kazarian tagged himself in. No.
That's a smart move by Frankie.
Oh.
Tagged himself in. Come get you some and get paid.
Pillman got rocked by another clothesline, this time from Kazarian.
Well, Kazarian's quick, man.
You avoided. Kazarian avoided contact. Oh, he just ran over
out.
Jungle Boy.
What power by Kazarian.
He's in trouble.
Pillman rolls up Kazarian. Oh.
Pillman was going for the trunks there at the end, couldn't get him hooked.
Should have cheated earlier.
Yeah, exactly.
Pillman's aunt is in attendance here tonight. What a victory that would be for the Blondes. Pillman goes in. Oh, he gets caught in midair by Frankie Kazarian. And now Daniels off the middle rope. The BME.
He's got him covered.
Kazarian covers, and it will be SCU versus the Young Bucks next week for the titles.
And don't you think that SCU will be ready? They will be more than ready for their old rivals, their old friends, former friends, the Young Bucks. Can't wait to see that. Could be the tag team match of the year.
SCU and Young Bucks for the AEW World Tag Team Championship right here next week on Dynamite, but also next week here on Dynamite, the IWGP US Heavyweight title will be defended outside of New Japan Pro Wrestling for the first time ever. Jon Moxley defends against Yuji Nagata.
Nagata-san.
Mr. Jon Moxley, お前の挑戦を受けてやる。アメリカに永田裕二は帰ってくるさ。
You didn't think I was gonna hear what you said about me? You didn't think that message was gonna get passed across the Pacific? You think it's just gonna go right over my head? You called me a little punk. A little punk. I came to you with respect. I wanted to give you a shot at the IWGP United States Championship. I invite you to Dynamite with respect. I wanted to share the ring with the great legend, Yuji Nagata. The great thing about this business is no matter how long you've been in it, even a legend like Yuji Nagata can always learn something. And Yuji Nagata will learn that your mouth can get you in trouble, especially when you're fixing to step in the ring with the baddest sumbitch in this game, Jon Moxley, especially when a championship is on the line. I'm gonna kick a hole through your chest. I'm gonna squeeze your neck, squeeze every ounce of oxygen you have left in your body. I'm gonna dump you on the top of your head. We've always wondered for a long time, when is Yuji Nagata finally just not gonna get back up again? Well, I'll tell you this, it's coming pretty soon. Once that bell rings, I got no respect for anyone.
Well, next week here on Dynamite, it will be Jon Moxley defending the IWGP US Heavyweight Championship against Yuji Nagata, one of the mainstays, one of the premier athletes in all of New Japan Pro Wrestling for over the last 20 years. But right now, our colleague,
there it is,
Tony Schiavone, the cage, the blood and guts cage has been put in place. That match is coming up next, but right now, our colleague, Tony Schiavone, will be standing by with the AEW World Champion, Kenny Omega, an announcement with ramifications for Double or Nothing on May 30th on pay-per-view.
All right, Excalibur, thank you very much, JR. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to announce big match coming up for our next pay-per-view, Double or Nothing, on May 30th. With that in mind, please welcome with me a man who had a match earlier on, the world champion, the man who has all the gold right now, the one and only Kenny Omega.
There he is, ladies and gentlemen. He's not carrying all of his title belts.
Now he's making Nakazawa carry him.
What are those?
Kenny Omega, the AEW World Champion, the AAA Mega Champion, the Impact Wrestling Champion, the TNA Champion. What about, above all else, the AEW World Champion?
Well, that's where the money is. We all know that. But bottom line, beating great talents like he has recently, successfully, over an Impact.
Well, I must say, in all the years of doing wrestling, I've never seen a presentation. 4 titles. He is the world champion.
Tony, thanks for gassing me up, but enough about me. How many people here are ready for blood and guts? How many people here are ready for an exciting match called Blood and Guts? Well, that makes one of us. As you can see, Mr. Schiavone, I've been a busy man. You see the gold around my waist? You see the gold around Knack's waist, Knack? Show him the gold. Getting the shot. I've been a busy man as of late, collecting gold all over the world. And now it's come to pass. The match that will decide who the next challenger to this little prize will be. The most coveted prize in all of professional wrestling. I'm not here for fun. I'm not here for games. In fact, I do not even want to be here at all. So, Mr. Schiavone, please just give us the announcement.
The announcement is that next week, the 2 top contenders for this AEW World title will go one-on-one in an eliminator match, Pac and Orange Cassidy, with the winner to face you at Double or Nothing for the AEW World.
You see, now this is what makes AEW such an exciting place to be. It's because wins and losses matter, and that is why the #1 ranked wrestler in all of AEW, Pac, and let me remind you, he's a man that's beaten me before. He's a man that's made me tap. He's a man that's pinned me. He's defeated me in tag matches, multi-man matches. And I understand that everyone wants to see that match again. I understand that everyone wants to see a rematch of the 2 greatest wrestlers that AEW has on this roster. So, geez Louise, let's just get to the point. Let's just announce the match for Double or Nothing. Pac versus Omega. Do it for me, Mr. Schiavone.
It's Pac or Orange Cassidy who will go at it, and the winner will...
Don't come.
The winner goes on to face you at Double or Nothing. Pac or Orange Cassidy. Wait.
Pac or who?
Orange Cassidy.
Pac or... You serious? Pac or you? No, I've got it from here, Mr. Schiavone. I understand what you mean for this company. I see people with their hands in their pockets everywhere I go. I see little children dressing up like Orange Cassidy for Halloween parties. I see kids, junior high school students, dressed up like Orange Cassidy for their sock hops because they think it's cool. I understand what you are. You're a feel-good wrestler. You're popular. People love to want to be like you because they can. But they can never be like someone like me. And someone like you would never be championship material. In fact, the only thing championship material about you is something that you've clearly ripped off of me. You mind? You don't mind, do you? You don't. You like the shade look, huh? I fancy myself a shade guy too. I'm kind of the guy that made that whole thing popular. I'm the guy that made that whole thing famous. What do we got here? Let's take a look. Ray-Bans. Legit. Limited edition, freshly squeezed variety. What do these run you? About $800, $1,000 on the black market? I'll tell you one thing, Orange. You'll never take this title. But one thing you have taken from me is my valuable time. And thus, I'm taking something from you. You mind?
All right, guys.
Check it, camera. Yo, check it. How do you like them, Knack? They look good on you. Hey, Orange, look at me when I'm talking to you. You look at me when I'm talking to you, huh? See what the thing is? Call me crazy, Orange. But those glasses, they look better on Knack. Another thing too, looking at Knack compared to you, he looks more of a champion than you. So, when it comes down to the possible match between Kenny Omega and Orange Cassidy, I wouldn't count on it. So maybe I'll see you, I don't know, in about 10 years or so when you become a fully grown adult. Until then, I'll see you whenever, and maybe we can talk about, whatever. Later, Orange. See you in the funnies, buddy.
Guys.
Well, we've got to go to break right now. Don't go anywhere. We still have the Blood and Guts match coming up next here on Dynamite.
The double cage is coming up next. But right now, welcome my guest at this time, the one and only most dangerous man in AEW. Here is Miro.
We saw the true side of Miro the last time he was here on TNT and on Dynamite.
Yeah, that brutal assault on his former friend, Kip Sabian. Kip, who's got to go under the knife now due to the attack by Miro.
All right, Miro, you've come here saying that you want...
I told the world that nobody's going to distract my destiny. I warned the locker room, you got a title, you got a problem. Well, now the problem is here to collect. This is a signed contract that states 7 days from now, I have date with my destiny. Because next week live on AEW Dynamite, Darby Allin, I'm coming for you and the TNT title. And I don't care. You can throw yourself as many stairs as you want, but there's no avoiding this. Read what it says. Works and rights.
Right, works and rights. It also says if he cannot be able to perform, we saw him get attacked.
No forfeit. I don't need no forfeit. I'm not a man that needs hands out. Darby Allin, I need you to show up next week. It's simple as that. Whether you're healthy or not, it won't make a difference to me because honestly, it won't make a difference to you either. And in 7 days from now, the world will find out what happens when the man who doesn't mind dying meets the man who doesn't mind killing him.
Wow. Well, it is signed next week right here on Dynamite. Darby Allin defends the TNT Championship against Miro. If Darby cannot compete, he will forfeit the title. We will also have the AEW World Championship Eliminator. Number 1 ranked Orange Cassidy versus number 2 Pac for a shot at Kenny Omega at Double or Nothing. And the AEW World Tag Team Championship will be on the line. The Young Bucks defending against their good friends, former friends SCU. And our very own Tony Schiavone will interview Jade Cargill next week on Dynamite. And Cody Rhodes will make his Double or Nothing announcement for Sunday, May 30th, next week right here on Dynamite. And the IWGP US title will be on the line. Jon Moxley defends against Yuji Nagata. But coming up next, our main event, the Blood and Guts match, Inner Circle versus Pinnacle.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your main event tonight. This is Blood and Guts. Here are the rules. The war begins with one member from each team entering the cage for a 5-minute period. After the 5 minutes have expired, one member of the Pinnacle will enter, giving them a 2-on-1 advantage. Every 2 minutes thereafter, teams will alternate, adding one member to the battle. Once all members of the team have entered the cage, the bell will ring and the all-out assault will officially begin. The only way to win is to make a participant on the opposing team submit or surrender. Introducing first, being accompanied by Tully Blanchard, Sean Spears, Dax Harwood, Cash Wheeler, Wardlow, and MJF, the Pinnacle.
You know what might be one of the keys to this match is the fact that Tully Blanchard, who was in the very first one, July 4th, the Omni in Atlanta, 1987, is also walking out there tonight.
Well, we have to go to break. Blood and Guts will commence right after this. It is Blood and Guts, our main event here tonight on Dynamite.
Approaching the cage, Sammy Guevara, Santana, Ortiz, Jake Hager, and the Demo God, the champion, Chris Jericho, Inner Circle.
Wow. Think these guys are not ready to fight?
Submit or surrender.
We know, man. They're in the dead president's mode right there.
You see on the back of Ortiz's jumpsuit, Rikers Island. He's got the chair. He's got the barbed wire in hand. The Inner Circle is ready for war here tonight.
What anticipation.
Well, that should motivate the Inner Circle.
Hell,
Great response, huge crowd tonight, all socially distanced.
Yeah, hell, it motivated me. Let's go.
I saw you dancing there.
Yes, sir. Get it going.
Let's get after this thing.
And there are two referees on each side of the ring guarding the door. They are the only two people with the keys to the cage.
And Sammy Guevara said, I'll go first. It doesn't matter. Put me in the cage. And that's why.
Why not? Why not, Sammy?
Yeah.
The Inner Circle coming into this match with a disadvantage.
Looks like Harwood's going to start out for his contingent of outlaws.
Dax Harwood elected by Tully Blanchard to start this match for the Pinnacle because he has, quote, the best gas tank.
Well, I'll tell you, Tony Schiavone made a great point about Tully Blanchard's value. And the fact is, I believe that Pinnacle are going to win this match. Strategy of Tully Blanchard.
And I agree, and Sammy Guevara starting things out. Now remember, the match cannot end until all 10 men are in.
Yep. This is a 5-minute one-on-one period. So this one-on-one affair will last 5 minutes.
And this is 5 minutes for Dax Harwood or Sammy Guevara to inflict as much punishment on their opponent as possible.
Yeah, Sammy didn't need to turn his attention away from Dax.
Oh, Dax with a big shoulder tackle drops Sammy down. Sammy goes for the trip. Leapfrogs up and over. The backflip off the back and the drop kick.
We really don't know how good Sammy Guevara is going to be. But let me tell you, I think he's going to be spectacular when all is said and done. He's still a pup.
Oh, but it's a spine buster.
Double-A spine buster.
Yeah, you can,
look at this, just out of instinct alone.
You can't do it, buddy. It's submit or surrender.
Well,
it is instinct, and I get that.
It was instinct, and you know, I almost said that this is Sammy Guevara's first match since February of this year, early February. But this is not a match. This is something else entirely, Tony.
You can't prepare for this thing. We've talked about it for so many years because there's a cage. Everybody knows a cage, but 2 rings. You can't run and hide from anybody.
Oh, JR, you and Tony were present for the first Blood and Guts match. You called all of the action. How were those 10 men changed forever?
Well, one of them was injured and never got back in the ring again.
Oh, Harwood.
It's a crapshoot. It's a professional crapshoot to be in this sort of an environment.
And Guevara. Oh,
golly. Head first into the steel.
And just a jumping rider kick, the heel of Guevara's boot catching Dax Harwood on the jaw. Dax the axe.
There's nothing much better than a motivated Sammy Guevara.
And Harwood getting up to the top.
Teetering on disaster. Yes, me. Both guys.
Now remember, these guys, 5-minute period, like you said, JR, but they got to remain in there after all the men are in.
Yeah, they're in for keeps.
They're in for keeps. So by the time it gets to the... Wow, look at this.
Harwood and Guevara bouncing on that top rope. And that chain link fence, that can rend and tear the skin. That's why it's so dangerous.
Man, these 2 dogs are just beating the hell out of each other.
Oh, Harwood.
Well, that's not good.
Oh, I think he turned his knee there.
Yeah, that's not good.
And that's knee without the brace on it.
Yeah, it's submit or surrender.
Yeah, and if you put a submission hold on a busted knee, you know the guy's going to surrender. What's he trying to do here? Remember, the cage is locked. Referee on each side.
Each referee has a key to her door.
Yeah, it is Bryce Remsburg on the Pinnacle side, Aubrey Edwards on the Inner Circle side, and Harwood just sent face first. He's going side to side of the cage.
And he's cut already.
Something's got to give.
Yeah, the
flash on steel. Steel wins every time, Tony.
And the steel of the...
That's that chain link fence I was talking about, Tony.
Yeah, the abrasive chain link fence. It's opening him up.
Whoever can get to those obstacles and use them most effectively, as we're under 30 seconds to our next participant, which will be a Pinnacle member.
Right, and they'll get a 2-minute advantage. And they'll have the 1-man advantage all the way until the all-out assault begins at the end.
And somehow it looks like Spears is going to be the next guy.
Well, it looks like he's readying himself to the...
That means Sammy's got to withstand
the double springboard into a cutter.
Oh, that was beauty.
And now Sean Spears with the chair in hand.
Yes,
it's all legal.
It's all legal. Bring it in. He's going right after Guevara.
Sammy recovering as quickly as he can.
Absolutely. Get the chair out of his hand. It was good strategy.
And Dax Harwood bloodied in the opposite ring. Oh! Sammy Guevara.
He volunteered for this.
He was sent sky high. And look at the chairman, Sean Spears, with that target.
He said he would take on every man if need be, and now he's gotten what he's wished for. He's had to take on 2 men.
But Guevara fighting back valiantly. But, oh no!
Look how bloody Dax is, my God.
Man, Sammy's got to hell of an opportunity to really celebrate Cinco de Mayo.
Oh, my God!
That was just gnarly, nasty.
Sammy's been going at it tooth and nail for more than 5 minutes relentlessly. You know he's got to be worn down, and then to get the chair in the hand.
This period is 2 minutes. Clock has been running, obviously, but the next entrant will be an inner circle participant.
And that will even the sides for 2 minutes, but then after that, another one-man advantage for the Pinnacle. It was a match created by Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream.
Oh. Harwood's face is a crimson mask.
Absolutely it is. See?
And now, under 10 seconds away. And it looks like it'll be Ortiz for the inner circle.
Ortiz is there with a chair. Look at Ortiz on fire.
Like a pit bull let off the chain. Ortiz going right at Dax Harwood.
Ortiz came to fight, and fight he will, by God.
Look at Dax is trying to escape. My God, he threw the chair at him.
But there is literally nowhere to go.
No, and no way the match can end. You can't submit or surrender here. It's got to go on.
That chair right up to the throat.
You've got to take the punishment or dish it out. Oh, Jesus.
Boy, that's a hard catch.
The strategy here is to inflict as much punishment before the all-out assault begins, before the bell rings.
Tony Khan said on Busted Open today it was going to be brutal. It's unpredictable. It's everything and more.
Spears and Guevara on the top rope, but the chair into the... And the Spanish fly!
My God, from 2 ropes!
Have you ever seen anything like that before?
Amazing balance, amazing athleticism. All hell is breaking loose all throughout these 2 rings.
Amazing carnage is what it is.
And remember, the 2-minute countdown is going on. The next man to enter this match will be from the Pinnacle. Guevara.
Yeah, there you go. He could have hurt himself that time.
Guevara tried to spring off with the punishment inflicted by the Pinnacle just too much, but he still managed to clip Harwood on the knee.
That chair did a lot of damage to him. Equilibrium. Look at that blood in his face.
Sammy Guevara busted open as well.
Yeah. This is not a match for the weak at heart.
Yeah.
Very graphic, very physical, very personal.
And the Pinnacle's getting ready to have a one-man advantage once again.
And it looks like it'll be Cash Wheeler. Wheeler enters the match. Now both members of FTR in there. And, oh my God. Just nothing pretty about it.
Wheeler went straight to his partner's corner, where he was anyway, to save him from any further beating.
This is showing not only what the one-man advantage means, but it also shows what being fresh means against all these guys.
And look at this. Guevara unable to protect himself. Spears just driving the heel of his boot to the jaw. And the assisted brainbuster by FTR.
FTR has that advantage. They know what they're going to do. They think is one. They're highly talented. They don't need to have a caucus to decide what they're going to do offensively.
Look at this. Santana wants to get in. He'll get his shot. Coming up pretty soon, maybe.
Oh, God.
That man flying through the air was Sammy Guevara.
Now, let's again state the fact that Guevara and Dax Harwood have been in there the entire time.
And that's their sentence. They're going to stay in there
and
for the entire time.
Spears locking in that sharpshooter. He could just hold Guevara in this until the next Inner Circle member comes in the match. Look at this gory special. Oh! And Ortiz falling between the ring and the cage.
Man, that looked good at all.
And Sammy Guevara, I mean, even if he taps here, the match won't be over. And Santana comes in and straight to Sammy Guevara's aid.
He's hot-blooded. He's coming in to save his partner. And watch this dude fight.
And we have seen Santana and Ortiz in some of the wildest matches ever here on Dynamite.
Oh, man, hitting anything in moves and got a gut shot to boot.
The whip into the ropes, caught. Santana plants him with the Uranage.
Bodies everywhere, just like we expected.
Well, this blood and guts match will continue into the break. We will stick with the action in picture-in-picture. You will not miss a second. Oh, Santana elevated over the top rope by FTR.
Oh, and he's caught. Santana is caught between the ring and the cages, you can clearly see.
And the more harder hits you encounter, the easier it is to fatigue. And I think that's what we're seeing right now with Santana. He's got to find that second breath. And somehow, some way, Sammy Guevara, who may not be the same ever again after this one.
And Sammy Guevara, the first man from the Inner Circle to enter this match. Getting one over on Shawn Spears there in the corner. Here we see Dax Harwood, the first man for the Pinnacle, and Ortiz with the barbed wire.
Oh my God, he's just digging it into his forehead.
Grinding the barbed wire into the forehead of Harwood and then jabbing Wheeler with it.
Ortiz and Santana both are survivors of the streak. Yeah. The big question here tonight is, can they survive this world that we are currently living in?
And the fourth member of the Pinnacle's team about to enter the match. And it is the War Dog.
Watch out, man.
I think business just picked up.
If anybody can clean the house, it's Wardlow. Look how confident he walks.
Wardlow taking his time.
And I think it's very smart, Excalibur. You know
No,
what?
it's not, yeah. Wardlow could have run in,
right,
and washed over the Inner Circle like a force of nature.
He's big, he's athletic, he's nasty, and he's smart. And that last trait may take him the farthest.
And each member of the, well, look at this.
Well, Sammy's still barking.
Ortiz, Santana, Guevara, all ready to face off with Mr. Mayhem himself, Wardlow.
They are still at a disadvantage. They got three members behind them up and one in front of them with the Pinnacle.
And they're trying to overwhelm Wardlow.
Wardlow manhandling people.
Oh! Just gut-wrenching Guevara. And Sammy Guevara came up clutching his knee.
Oh, my God.
Wardlow overwhelming the Inner Circle. We are back with blood and guts. The fourth member of the Pinnacle side, Wardlow, entered the match while we were in picture-in-picture. But Wardlow
Wardlow's a bad man. He manhandles people.
He's manhandling every member of the Inner Circle who all have the backs of their jumpsuits representing where they're from.
Yeah, each prison, one of their hometowns, and now the big man from Perry, Oklahoma.
Whoa! Hear that from the fans? They want to see him go get a piece of Wardlow. But he's got to fight his way through blood and bodies.
Jake Hager
making a statement. Boomer Sooner for Hager, who's as bad as they come, I promise.
And Tony, you mentioned this is the strategy that Wardlow should have used.
Right.
Oh, God. Hager, just decimating.
Damn. You're talking about asserting yourself offensively. Good grief.
And the Hager bomb for good measure.
6'6", 270?
Yeah, I think he is the key to this whole thing, JR.
Oh, look at this, the ankle lock. And Spears is tapping, but it's not the all-out assault. The match can't end.
That's right. All 10 men got to be in. That's why I say, hey, uh-oh.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Go out behind the barn and settle it.
So much history between these two men. Wardlow holds a victory over Hager. You know Hager wants another shot.
Boom. Wow, they rocked each other's jaw.
Hager's got to be the most accomplished striker of the two. That doesn't mean he's going to win this fight, though.
Yeah, Wardlow just pure power. As we've seen, Hager charging in. Oh, Hager landed on
his feet.
But Ward sends Hager, the back of Hager's head colliding with that chain link fence.
Body shots very effective. And now the knee strikes.
The knees to the ribs of Wardlow by Jake Hager.
Man, these guys just beating the hell out of each other. When you can hear flesh on flesh from where we're sitting.
Look at this. Hager digging his fingers into the eyes. And now the final man for the Pinnacle about to enter this match, MJF. Oh, Spears just hit the C4.
Oh, the shower of booze everywhere for MJF.
Well deserved, too, I might add.
He may be the most disliked human being in all of AEW.
You knew he would not be the first man in for the Pinnacle. You knew that.
MJF, the architect of the betrayal of the Inner Circle. Look at this.
The low blow, that shot block from behind.
That's why he looks so brave.
Takes the 6'6" Hager down.
MJF knew that he had his bodyguard, his lapdog Wardlow behind Hager to even the odds.
Now here's the deal. I predicted that Pinnacle is going to win this thing because of Tully Blanchard. But a lot of this right here, Excalibur, ain't going to get it done.
No, this does not help the Pinnacle in the least. As we see the blood all over the canvas.
This is literally a fight to the finish is what this is.
And,
my God.
Oh my, Cash Wheeler completely bloodied as well.
Yeah, he cannot see out of one eye.
That's right, Tony. He looks partially blinded, no doubt about that. It's funny what happens sometimes when men bleed a lot and how they respond to tasting their own blood.
Exactly. Some fire up, some cower down.
That's right.
And look at this, the Pinnacle retreating to one ring. They've got Santana on that side of the ring and Jericho. Jericho, the final member of the Inner Circle.
Here we go. The all-out assault can begin. There's your bell. Now it's submit or surrender, JR.
We've moved to the last phase of this match. And now we're in the submission or surrender mode. No pinfalls. Submission or surrender, and obviously no disqualification. Duh. Look at this.
Man, you're talking about a standoff.
A lot of manpower there.
And they just charging to meet in the middle.
Man, guys get hurt in these environments. Somebody rolls a knee, twists an ankle.
So many awkward and strange angles.
And now the referees have their work cut out for them too, right? They've got to find a person to submit or surrender.
You just got to have good ears.
And Jericho with the bat in hand.
He's got Floyd.
It's all legal.
And he is teeing off on the Pinnacle.
You know, JR, this match has certainly evolved since the time we first called the first one. There were no bats back then or barbed wire.
Shawn Spears is trying to get out of the range of Chris Jericho.
1987, Tony, great night in the Omni.
Yeah, it was tremendous, and boy, has it come full circle now. Look at this.
Jericho choking Shawn Spears on that truss.
And Aubrey Edwards is right there. She is right there if Shawn Spears gives up.
Is Spears going to surrender? The blood and guts match, the all-out assault will continue in picture-in-picture. Do not go anywhere.
Jericho, the emotional leader of the Inner Circle. You got to wonder what kind of game plan he put together, because Jericho's been around long enough. You know he's watched plenty of these sorts of matches.
Sure.
They're true.
Those words we can't say.
Student of the game. But using that chair, the chair that Shawn Spears brought into the ring, now becoming Jericho's weapon in this blood and guts match.
Oh! Man, that's just spine tingling, pulverizing your back, all your back.
The lower back, yeah.
Especially the spine.
The tailbones, the hip, everything. And now Jericho going right at MJF, gouging the eyes. Ooh.
Flesh on flesh. You can hear that one.
This is where it all breaks down. And I'm telling you, the guys who are in most trouble here are Guevara and Dax. They've been in there the entire time.
Oh, MJF hung out to dry on the top rope. And, you know, I mentioned at the top, Tully Blanchard elected Dax Harwood to begin this match for the Pinnacle because he has what Tully considers to be the best gas tank. And now FTR,
they're tearing
the canvas.
The canvas away from the...
Exposing the wood.
Yeah, trying to expose the wood.
Ring.
As you can see, it's kind of been, JR, it's kind of been expanded.
And look at what Spears is doing. He's unlocking that turnbuckle. FTR. And now we see Wardlow and Hager. Look like Wardlow trying to counter, but Hager able to pass the guard of Wardlow. FTR still tearing at that canvas.
Well,
you can see the fatigue.
They're hell bent on their plan, wherever it may be.
Yeah, you called it right, Excalibur. The fatigue, trying their best to do this, but they are just spent, man. They are just absolutely spent.
And Wardlow is locked in, but he is fighting as much as he can. Santana face first.
Just hanging on, buddy. Hang on.
This has been as brutal, perhaps even more brutal than we expected. FTR exposing all those. That pine.
Putting a hell of an effort into that too, man.
But Ortiz with the mad ball. The equalizer here.
There you go.
Oh!
It looks like a tornado has rolled through Daly's place. Look at the rain. That's all at the behest of FTR. Exposing the wood, the floor.
They've got Santana and Ortiz. They're looking for the pile driver on the exposed pine. Ortiz and Santana, though, fighting out of it. Sammy Guevara.
Somebody's going to get it.
Coming up, the spike pile driver on the exposed pine.
They wanted it. They got it.
Well, that could be a huge, huge turning point in this match.
Look at this.
You can eliminate 2 members.
Jericho with the code breaker. Sammy Guevara with the thrust kick, drops Spears. Spears was about to hit Jericho with that turnbuckle.
Wow.
Now Ortiz with Spears hanging upside down.
Spears trying to fight that chair off. He knows all about it.
Look at Sammy Guevara. Is he going to go coast to coast?
He is. He's going to attempt to.
Sammy.
Look at the contusions on his shoulders.
Sammy Guevara!
What the hell?
Sammy went coast to coast, border to border on that one. What a talented young man who came in here as motivated as anyone in this match.
Watch the
That's so athletic, so courageous.
A tremendous collision, and Sean Spears may be effectively eliminated from this match.
Wow.
MJF just got hit with a turnbuckle by Jericho.
Now Jericho needs to gouge him with it.
Jericho hit MJF right in the face with that turnbuckle, that clamp. That?
I think Santana might have a fork in hand.
Oh God.
That's visible proof that Abdullah's been here.
I was going to say, it's really Abdullah the Butcher like. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Oh, we're digging this.
And Santana.
Look at that.
Oh! Gouging MJF with a fork. Shouts to D from Santana with that fork.
Well, they got MJF right where they want him, man. This is going to be it. They got him right where they want him.
Yeah, the tide has turned, Tony.
It sure has.
Momentum has changed. It looked like it was going to be the Pinnacle early on.
And Jericho using the bat, trying to choke the life out of Wardlow.
But when Jericho came in, things changed.
Now they're taking their turns on the head of MJF. It is all inner circle.
And Ortiz grinding Cash Wheeler's face into the chain link fence and ripping at the eyes.
Yep, you can see that very clearly. Fingers in the eyes and then raked them.
It is time for them to end it right now. You see Bryce Remsburg checking.
Jericho. Oh, the right hand between the eyes of MJF.
Clean shot, unopposed. Found its mark. If you're wondering, again, if you just joined us, there are no pinfalls in this match. Only submission or surrender.
This unified inner circle in these jumpsuits representing where they are from. Right now, take a look at this, taking their turns at MJF.
The inner circle. Despite starting this match, they seem to have the advantage, but Wardlow, the great equalizer. Oh,
what elevation. Amazing elevation.
And Wardlow just a double leg on Hager. Not many men can do that to Jake Hager.
No, nobody can. That's it.
Oh, man, that's an equalizer right there. Right across the knee, right in the spine. Now we're going street.
Oh
my God.
Wardlow
blocked that damn thing with power.
Yeah, just raw power.
It wasn't pretty, but Wardlow got Hager on his shoulders.
Jesus.
Oh, and Hager
what
takes down Wardlow.
What impact.
We are going to break right now. This is our final picture-in-picture. This is blood and guts. The inner circle has decimated the Pinnacle here. They have overcome the odds. And the catapult into the ropes. MJF cannot withstand much more of this. Despite being the last man into this match for the Pinnacle. Oh! Santana Ortiz, another pair of pile drivers on FTR.
Yeah, on the wood.
Wow. That face of Ortiz says a lot, doesn't it?
And did you see that giant abrasion on the forehead of Ortiz?
You know what's amazing? There's a lot of things amazing, but amazing, no one has given up yet. No one has tapped out. They're just all hanging in.
Well, somebody will.
Well,
it's just a matter of who and when and how it happens.
And in the far ring, I believe it's Sammy Guevara with Sean Spears locked in. He's got the bat across the throat.
See, right now, Jericho's not worrying about a submission. He just wants to pound the hell out of MJF. And you know what? Who doesn't? Oh, look at this.
And oh my God!
What the hell?
Tully Blanchard.
Here we go.
Assaulting Remsburg.
Here we go.
And he's stolen the key.
Yeah, remember these referees have the key to these locks.
Tully Blanchard has stolen the key to the cage.
But you escape the cage, you don't win. But you can run like a coward.
Well, he's going for higher ground. That's exactly what that coward's doing.
That's what you do in a bear attack, right?
Yeah, you climb a tree.
Good Jericho.
And Tully Blanchard.
He went that way, Chris. And look at Tully.
Oh! The door of the cage hit Tully Blanchard on the head.
And Jericho surveying the area. He sees where his adversary has ascended to.
Yeah, he thinks he's escaped. He thinks he's all alone. Jericho says, should I go get him? Well, hell yeah.
But this match is also continuing inside the ring. Yes, the other four members of the inner circle going at it with the Pinnacle.
Far from over. Remember, submission or surrender only.
This thing by Tully Blanchard was a damn escape hatch for MJF. It's not going to work.
And Jericho
You know what?
Jericho, he'll have MJF all to himself on top of that cage. We are back live here on Dynamite. It is blood and guts. MJF has escaped to the top of the cage, but Chris Jericho is in pursuit.
Jericho has an idea to end this thing once and for all.
God.
The bloody, mangled body of MJF lying on the top of this cage.
Yeah, let's watch out in the bottom, too, because something can happen there. See, he thought he went to higher ground. He thought he escaped.
Tully Blanchard assaulting Bryce Remsburg, stealing the key to the cage on the outside, allowing MJF to escape. But Chris Jericho slammed the door of the cage into the head of Tully Blanchard.
There's not a lot you can do on top of the cage but hurt somebody. Walls of Jericho will hurt somebody.
The walls are locked in. MJF so close to tapping.
If he taps out, it's over.
Referees are looking up. They're looking up. There's that hand. The little coward's going to tap.
Jericho, the low blow.
Oh, man. He tapped all right.
A heavy-handed low blow.
Holy hell.
That found its marks.
It was the only thing MJF could do. And in this type of match, in blood and guts, it is perfectly legal. And now, the salt of the earth. That Fujiwara armbar locked in on top of the cage.
Is Jericho gonna tap? He's got the right hand out.
Can you imagine reading about this tomorrow? Jericho taps out on top of the cage. MJF leads his team to victory. Because we're close to that right now.
And Jericho with the hand raised. MJF.
He's gonna tap. He's gonna tap. No.
He's digging in those heels for leverage. Jericho.
Oh, God. After all they've gone through.
Oh.
Break a hand very easily on this surface. Jericho's left hand being assaulted and injured. At some point, you know, you got to let common sense take over. But I guess they've kind of thrown that theory out the window early.
They have. But good God. What is wrong with this man?
And MJF again locking in that salt of the earth. The Fujiwara armbar just wrenching back Jericho so close to tapping. Will he submit?
And there's multiple muggings going on in the rings. But nobody's tapped out. Nobody's submitted.
There's bodies everywhere right now. Look at it. See him all heaped up on the right?
And that is the fatigue setting in of this type of match.
He's got his ring.
Yeah, of course the ring's going to come along.
Oh, he's got the ring. Oh, boy.
So it's a weapon.
Oh, the Dynamite diamond ring. Hitting Jericho right between the eyes.
That's where it looked like it went. Found its mark very forcefully, accurately.
MJF demanding that Jericho surrender.
Jericho's been busted open.
What the hell's he doing? What? Wait. He's not. That no good piece of shit's not doing
we don't know what he's going to do.
He's looking.
What? No.
This concrete stage here.
Come on,
This is going too far.
Uh-oh. Oh,
no, for God's sakes, for the love of God, no. He just said, if you don't surrender, I'm throwing him off the top. He just said, if you don't surrender, I'm throwing him off the top. Guevara just said it. We surrender.
The inner circle has surrendered.
They saved Jericho. Good God. Thank God. They had to do it, guys.
There's no doubt about that.
Absolutely no choice. The Pinnacle.
Wow, they win it, man.
They have won blood and guts.
But what MJF was thinking about doing,
ladies and gentlemen, your winners, the Pinnacle.
Not a popular decision.
Well, no, but it was the right one.
witnessed bloodbath, physicality, aggression.
Look at this. He thought he was going to higher ground. He got chased up there, and it was a hell of a battle on top. And they submitted to protect Chris Jericho. Wait, no, come on.
Hey, he's a sick little bastard. I'm telling you.
He's up.
Oh, my God! My God, what are we seeing? Get the doctor there quick as you can.
Chris Jericho thrown off the top of the steel cage.
Good God Almighty. Jericho may have broken his back.
MJF.
Here it is again. Look at this.
Throwing Jericho off the top of the steel cage.
Man, this is serious business.
Oh, man. Members of the medical staff is out. It looks like Jericho, at least you could say, Dean Malenko is out. Look, Dean Malenko, one of our coaches in the back.
One of Jericho's closest friends. Thank you. MJF. He said Jericho will finally hear those 2 words from him. Thank you.
He is no good. He is a coward. He is rotten. He is a rat. He's a fink. And he just assaulted a man.
But right now, his faction, his group, are the top group in all of AEW as of tonight.
And he may have ended the career of Chris Jericho here tonight. Chris Jericho being attended to. MJF ascended to the top of the cage. Has he ascended to the top of AEW?
Well, if he's not there, he won't stop until he is.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, he's ascended or descended to the bottom of the food chain in humanity. He has none.
MJF absolutely amoral. He will do anything to achieve his goals, as he proved here tonight.
We've seen so many wrestlers come and go, JR. I don't know one that I despise more than that little piece of crap on top of the cage.
He's on top of the world, not to mention on top of this cage tonight.
It was a tremendous battle by all 10 combatants. But at the end of the day, the Pinnacle with the victory in blood and guts.
Very concerned, Dean Malenko.
Yeah.
He's very close, as Tony mentioned, to Chris Jericho. They've been close for a long time.
They've had some great battles years and years ago, and oh yeah, help him down so he can go down his own way. Makes us throw him off like head first. Yeah, right.
MJF, Wardlow, Cash Wheeler, Dax Harwood, and Sean Spears, the Pinnacle, victorious here tonight.
We hope Jericho can recover, and when he does, if he does, they're talking to him now, there's hopefully going to be hell to pay.
Oh, there'll be hell to pay. There'll be hell to pay. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being with us and inviting us to your home. Hope you enjoyed our broadcast tonight, and we'll see you live next Wednesday night.